Hi, my name is Paris and I go by they, them pronouns. I saw your position and I was very excited. I know the role itself is going to be challenging and come with its own area of critical thinking, active listening, um, getting people resources when they need it. And I think that is super important personally. And I have more personal stories to share, but that's for another time. So I'm going to talk about my qualifications really quick. I graduated from Boise State in 2024 with a film major. You're like, Paris, what are you doing here? I'm I find people's like life and stories very like you can learn a lot. And I think it's important to share stories is basically why I became a film major. But um during before I became a film major, I took a lot of other classes because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was very indecisive. I for one right now work in a medical facility. I So that makes me I have to be HIPAA compliant, which is so you can't get anything out of me, but also comes with its challenges, making sure you're asking the right questions and making sure that you don't, share someone's information is, people do it all the time. You'd be surprised. And I also do a lot of the scheduling, so I'm very good at using their software. I'm constantly on the phones at work. So I am good at getting people the resources when they need it. At Boise State, I also took a lot of business classes. I took ITM classes. I took business communication classes because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had a lot of interest in a lot of different areas. Um, and I also when I was at Boise State, I worked in a lab called Shared Stories Lab. It was basically oral history, so we would catch people's stories at Boise State, and I was an interviewer, so I was actively listening. I came up with the questions. I had to get informed or and like I had to get consent. Sorry, long day. I had to get consent, verbal consent, and written consent, and I would collect those at the beginning of the interview and at the very end because people can change their mind, and that's totally okay. Um, and basically, oh, and also at Boise State, sorry, I have ADD. Also at Boise State, I was a part of the BSA, which is the Black Student Alliance Club. So I really am big on diversity, inclusion, especially where it matters. In Boise, Idaho, it's a red state. There's a lot of different policies that are not great. I'm not gonna lie to you, and not to be political. But I know it can really impact people. And this is where my lore comes in, and why this job is so personal to me. My friend, when I was 23, died. Sorry to drop that. I hope you're in a good mental state. Died, because she struggled with addiction, and she was trans, she was Black. Idaho is really white, sorry. And her dad was very religious, and there's a whole lot of problems that came from that. Her mom had struggled with addiction before, so it was genetic as well. And I tried to be the best support system for her, but I realized you need an army, man. You need an army. And I could just be the friend that she needed at that time. But I would love to give people more resources to be a better listener to those experiences that I've never gone through. And I know that at least she's taught me a lot after she's died. And I would love to, you know, like be that person that just helps someone when they're in a dark place, you know? So that's about me. Um, these are my qualifications. I hope you accept. And thank you for listening. Bye.